I want there to be a stand-up comedian that's never done stand-up comedy who goes live every single day and says, I'm going live every single day until I get funny. And he just does stand-up. And the best part of the irony is it's funny until it's actually funny, and it'll totally work because he'll get gigs at that point.
Welcome to the show that turns young men into strong men, mature women into visionary viceroys, and sociopaths into empaths. In our world, caffeine is the narcotics for narcissists, and a learning that we all are headed towards is how to come down off of the highest hump on hump day. We want to be more helpful husbands, better business buddies, and deeper daddies. We hope you enjoy Idea Drop today and leave us a review. You builders out there, apply soon to our private Idea Drop community.
That's great. I like your use of alliterations.
I don't even know what that is. I didn't go to college.
Alliterations. Alliterations, two words with the same consonant that are back to back. And then there's assonance, right? That's two vowels, two words with two vowels in the beginning, and those are...
Asinine assonance?
Yeah.
So that's an alliteration, right?
Assonance, actually.
Well...
I think I'm wrong.
If you were right, I did an alliteration. I'm proud.
Well, onomatopoetically, it sounds like assonance.
Oh my God.
So today, we are going to talk about some things about rocks, about logins, about how to be a comedian. I'm giving a surprise to Kendall, and...
I'm excited.
That's it, I think.
We're going to talk about how to build moats around your business.
Moats are nice.
The fastest way to market, best business of the day, how to get incremental small loans from investors.
Yeah, and why influencers should have a better funnel.
Yeah, and
Elon.
More how? There's the Elon layoffs.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, we'll get there. Okay, do you want to do news?
Yeah, let's do some news.
Yeah.
Guys, big news today. Elon Musk bought Twitter.
Everybody knows that. That's old news.
Mind. Okay, old news today.
But wait. What does that mean to you?
I think it's really interesting how he's changing everything. So obviously everybody knows he's cutting 50% of the workforce, which is a little bit less than 75%.
I saw 25 so far.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've got good data on that from secret community I'm in.
I've got bad data from arstechnica.com.
They said 50.
Yeah, but
internal employees are reporting 25% have been reported. Now he's also gone on record and said other things, right? So
yeah,
but actually happening, yeah.
Okay,
1,000.
But this begs the question.
Yep.
People over profit. What do you think?
In general, yeah, people are better than profit, Dustin.
Okay, but economically speaking, these people lose their jobs. The business becomes better and leaner, and it's just better for capitalism because then they're going to learn and compete for new jobs somewhere else. So that you could swing that far and say that.
I wouldn't be that explicit with it, but I would say in general, Twitter is fat. Mm-hmm. It is going to die unless things get cut, and that's what he's doing. So he's not doing it because Twitter supports itself. It's a publicly traded company, or was. He's taking it private. That's like people are burying the lead. That's a big deal. That doesn't happen. Like he's taking a public company private.
Yeah.
All the powerful funds that have their board member sponsored to show up and cast their vote for them, all of those antics go away.
Doesn't it mean he has more autonomy and less people are speaking into those?
Yeah. He can do what he wants. And if he tweets about Twitter, he can't be sued. For manipulating public markets, which is a huge SEC violation that he's already been through before.
Yeah.
So, anyways, the nerd in me is very excited about all of this.
It is a hilarious time that we live in.
It's a funny time.
If nothing else, it will be fun to watch the ride.
So the thing that he has to do next, just like Jeff Bezos bought, the Washington Post, and it's the billionaire thing, right? You got to get your media outlet. Well, this is what he's doing. He's just buying a media outlet. It's called Twitter, but then I want to see him do it more explicitly. He needs to buy up all the local newspapers in America, or that's how the billionaire really can make his dent on the world.
Local news is dead, though. It's so sad. Dude, I think he's going to do a better job than Jeff Bezos. I'm not a huge fan of his newspaper. I think it's a little too slanted.
I don't read it.
Yeah, nobody does.
Yeah.
But I
do read tweets.
Yeah, no, I do as well. Kendall, we have a mailbag, my friend.
Do it. What you got?
So... NDNDNFOSK says, I have a job where I can meet NBA players on the reg, but I can't figure out how to make the most out of this opportunity. Would love to hear some ideas from you. I've been thinking about this. I don't have any good ideas.
Okay.
I want to know if you do.
Okay, so you have no ideas. Okay.
No. I might have written some down, but
so he said he can meet them regularly, right?
Yeah.
So I'm assuming this is a small M meeting. This is like I can shake their hand, make eye contact, say something.
It's on TikTok somewhere. I think I lost it. It's buried. But yes. So let's assume that.
Here's how you monetize that.
Okay.
And it actually blends into a thing I want to talk about later. So we'll just get to the meat of it.
Wonderful.
If you are meeting somebody who is followed by millions of eyeballs, then you have a moment to be a really good human.
Yeah.
And then share this like story. And when I say good, I don't mean kind-hearted.
Yeah.
I mean hilarious. Ask him the question. It's NBA, not WNBA, right? So I'm not being sexist.
I think so.
Yeah, okay, I'm clean.
NBA.
Clear. Ask him the question nobody else asks and change your question every time and make that your Twitter.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yep.
That's a great idea.
Yep.
Yeah, like the really weird personal thing.
So
not weird, but like just the thing we all want to know.
Yep.
Oh wow.
So you can get weird with it, you can get funny with it, you can get deep with it, but you would just have a list of ready to go prompts that are intensely hilarious, so that they're compelled to answer, and then you share that with the rest of us.
Yeah.
And then that leads us to, okay, that's how you build a big following for you. They have a big following. You're borrowing that following through a capture method.
Yeah.
Capture
oh my gosh, that's great.
Systemize that. It has nothing. It won't break your contract with your employer. So let's say you're employed by someone, and let's say you're the driver for a limousine company, right? That could be the scenario. I don't know. There's a lot of things that break your contract. You can't share any like private information. This is not private information. This is like,
dude,
you could even just tell them like, hey, I want to tell my friends.
Yeah.
Like the answer to your question. Are you ready for this? I have one question for you, Michael Jordan. Like when in the 98 playoffs.
No, don't do that. It has to be totally.
What flavor was your puke?
Okay, that's good. Yeah,
right?
that's better.
So like you know how there's like lime flavor, like you got to have it prepped and custom to them and make them like, oh my gosh, no one ever asked this.
Bro, did I ever tell you my celebrity story?
No, tell me.
Okay, so
and then we got to get back to capture.
Oh,
that's the word of the day.
Capture. So, okay, my celebrity story, and there's a whole reason I'm telling you this. I was friends with a person who was a tour manager for the Alabama Shakes. I ended up hanging out with these people. They go to the Greek theater. I hang out with them.
Alabama Shakes?
Yeah, so I don't want to talk. I don't want to fight anymore. I don't want to fight. It's a great song.
Okay, all right.
That's me singing. You like that?
Yeah, you have a beautiful singing
man.
voice.
My mom said that too.
You and Jack Daniels.
Oh boy. So I'm hanging out with Alabama Shakes up in the green room.
Yep.
And they're like, hey guys, Justin's going to come up and say hi.
Our green room's green?
No, this one was not. This one was very
keep going.
beige.
Justin, say hi. He's the lead singer or
Yeah,
something?
I don't know who this Justin guy is.
Justin.
So we're up there and we're sitting in the room and Justin Timberlake walks in the room.
Oh, that's
So we're hanging out with him. And then John Krasinski
Timbo.
walks in the room.
I don't know who that is.
The Office, Jim.
Oh, Jimbo!
Yeah. And then Emily Blunt walks in the room.
Whoa.
Cedric the Entertainer walks in the room.
Wow.
And I'm hanging out with these guys.
And you didn't
there's
have your
about
questions
10 of these
prepped.
people. No.
What'd you do?
They liked me. You know why?
Everyone likes you.
Because I did not talk about music at all. And there were a few people fanboying.
Yeah, correct.
And they were
Don't
talking about
fanboy.
music. No. It was so bad. Because I'm like, you guys, or they were talking about their thing. Like, don't, if he's an actor,
Emily
talk
Blunt
about
does not
food.
want to talk about acting.
No, not at all. Absolutely. I ran into her. We walked around the corner. And I literally just, boom, I knocked her. I felt so bad.
Wow, okay.
Yeah,
the
it's
one
really
time
bad.
you knocked Emily Blunt. Got it.
That was kind of sad.
All right.
And then, John Krasinski's a big guy. So
He's big and strong. I am loving the non-funny, like more of a Navy SEAL type of role he's playing in these different films. I like
it's a good
action.
change. No, so that goes to say though, don't talk to them about their industry, and they will want to talk to you because everybody's talking.
It's
to
a
them
vacuum.
About that.
They have a vacuum of perfectly good conversations that are not their industry. Like
so, Indy Fosk guy, dude, start that Twitter. That would work.
Start that Twitter, and if you want, you can do a TikTok. So you can like take a selfie video, and you can go. I just bumped into Emily Blunt, and I asked her the one question we're all really wondering.
How often do you dye your hair? No, that's not good enough. I'm sorry. That was bad.
Have you ever given someone a scalp massage who smelled funny?
No,
that's not good either.
I don't know.
You need more prep time.
Yeah, you just have to think of creative questions, but it works.
Like, what are the worst shoes that you've ever bought? Which brand do you hate the most? Like, I don't know. Like, pull out a story.
Yeah, you just got to pull something out.
So then you have to capture. You're gonna get a growing audience because we all want to kind of hear these quirky answers. But no, you're not gonna have deep content. This is not deep content. So podcasts are like much more intense. We can have a smaller audience and we get more value out of it because people can like actually become one of the team. We can have a conversation together. This is the opposite. So the monetization is different. So you're in order to capture, let's say you get this to 1 million followers. In order to capture value from that, you need to be able to then do some type of related licensing deal that's custom. So you need to go to some advertiser that maybe hates Elon Musk. You bumped into Elon Musk and you asked him the one question and we're like dying laughing at how he answered that.
Yeah.
There's some anti-Elon Musk brand out there. Like they have everything to gain from him tripping over his words or something. So you go to like Amazon's, what is it? Their spaceship company.
Oh, yeah.
Blue Origin. Is that it?
No, I have no idea.
Yeah, they're competing with SpaceX. And you kind of give them a slot in a tweet that's going viral. You give them a shout out in a tweet that's going viral about Elon Musk, but they're paying to play for that.
Yeah, no, that would work.
Billboard space.
Essentially, if you're just giving out some interesting stuff and you get enough of a following, you can always do some form of affiliate marketing.
Yeah.
Like you will get some money from that. And if you get big enough, then you become a personality. I mean,
Right.
What skill who's that guy that does the radio show in the morning still? Ryan Seacrest. He has no skill, right? Besides being an incredible conversationalist and a great interviewer.
Seacrest, you have no skills.
So that's a controversial opinion for today.
No, you're right. It didn't. The substance is radio itself.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
an MLM of radio. So no, I think like building a following off of those interactions would work. But then how to capture value of that following is a lot of work. So I wanted to get into that for other influencers. Like we're playing this dumb TikTok game now, and I love it, hate it. I love a good game. I like learning the new rules. I love trying to like mess with the algorithms, and we're learning a lot. But at the end of the day, you make like pennies. Like this show loses us thousands of dollars a month. Let's be clear. But it won't, because like, well, we see the trends, we see the analytics. It's all going up, and we like that, and we know what our plan is. One of those things is we're going to build the community. And that community, not everybody's going to be allowed in. And I'm sorry to the people who get declined. It wasn't me. It was an admin. But you want to protect the community and you want to make that space valuable. And we can even do multiple communities. I'm fine if we spawn that off. But then there's got to be some basic buy-in for that. And that allows moderators to moderate. That allows us to do the things that we want to do, create. It buys us the time to do the creation we want. So you gotta actually go add value to people's lives for them to pay. It can't just be like, I'm gonna get huge and then I'm gonna run ads all day. That's awful. We're all bored of ads. So we're trying to be very careful about the ads on this show.
No, to be clear, ads work, but they work poorly.
And they monetize poorly. So you have to be, so like, for example, on TikTok, you can get paid $10 per 1,000 views of an ad that you push out. This is an average. And that means if you make something...
made some good money, actually, by this point. Wow.
Yeah. But it's not for your general content that's going viral easily.
Yeah, it's for an ad.
It's for an ad.
Yeah,
so
nobody wants to,
so you would have to make an ad go viral. So if Windex is paying us, we would have to figure out how to make the Windex ad go viral. And that's much harder than just being ourselves. And okay, so that $10, it adds up if you're doing big numbers. But if you're doing big numbers, you actually have a way more opportunity to network with other people who are dealing in followings of similar size, and you can translate to other industries. We're seeing this with, I won't say his name, but he's an influencer, wants to do a feature film, and I'm like, that's interesting that him and his buddy have a combined 20 million followers, and they still need to fundraise $600,000. And they might have like plenty of money, but still not enough to cover the $600,000 they want for this feature film. and I get that, but it's a capture problem.
It's you can't just be interesting. You have to bring value.
Has to bring like deep substance, and I love his stuff. Like he's funny in a quirky sort of way, and that skill set. I think he's trying to bring value in the feature film, right? So his point is, I want to prove to Hollywood I can take a TikTok following and translate my audience to Hollywood, like to actual like Netflix viewership, and that's his goal. And I think it's totally going to happen. I think that stuff will become more commonplace, and he's going to be a forerunner in that space. But you got to find your capture method like that in order to make any money from getting lots of views. Mr. Beast is obviously like the big one that everybody knows.
That's great.
My son is 10 and follows Mr. Beast. It's like one of the only YouTube channels we let him watch. So like maybe the only one. I think he's only allowed to watch YouTube.
That's fine.
So, or Mr. Beast on YouTube. So
Dude, I've never watched a single one of his videos.
Oh, they're so quirky.
I've read about him. I've actually read so many articles about him. I've never seen him once.
You should watch one because you'll see what I mean. But it's like, him? That's how I feel. Like this guy?
From what I understand, he just wakes up in the morning and says, what would be a cool video, and get a lot of traffic. And then he does it, right?
He's super focused on the outcome he wants, and that's what makes him great. But it also is like, it proves you didn't have to start with acting skills. You didn't have to be quick on your feet. You didn't have to have a radio voice. You don't have to be quintessentially what Hollywood puts in your mind as like influential. This is a new normal.
So
he's forerun on that.
Oh yeah, no. So let's be clear though. So let's say you're an influencer and we're solving the funnel problem. So you have a following, but you have no income from your following. Which we have this. It's not a problem for us. We know exactly where we're putting ours. We're putting it in a community. We're showing all of the how you build a business and the problems that you run into, and
I want
the
to change
actual
the
practical
Instagram
tools. Oh yeah.
So not only the community, but I also want the Instagram to be like some of our favorite stuff. That's instead of a 30-second out of context clip, I'd like that to be a 4-minute, like in context, good idea, right?
And our YouTube's more long-term.
It's a visual resume kind of.
That's good.
Yep. Like YouTube should be segments and channels, but all these things, like they kind of close on it. That's my salesmanship coming out, close.
Yeah.
They convert like a viewer from one to the other because they're all independently valuable. So the Twitter we want to do, we were talking about like, could we take our ideas and run them through an AI and have it write our tweets? Because that would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be
People
fun.
would want to check it out.
We did. I think it's time to get into an idea, and I have an influencer idea for you.
Okay.
This is going to be a hard one. I want there to be a stand-up comedian that's never done stand-up comedy who goes live every single day and says, I'm going live every single day until I get funny. And he just does stand-up. And the best part of the irony is it's funny until it's actually funny, and it'll totally work because he'll get gigs at that point. Because the worse it is, the funnier it is.
Wow. So wait, every day, that's his script. I'm going live every day
I've never done stand-up. Let's say we do it. I'm going live at 6 p.m.
I'm going to do this until I'm funny.
Until I'm actually funny. And
I
people
need
would watch
you guys
you
to
bomb,
vote
and that's
every day.
hilarious. Yeah.
Do people vote? Like, how do you know you're funny? They laugh?
It doesn't even matter. Like, it's just you get a following, and the worse you are, the better you are. You know what I mean? It's like karaoke at a bar. Nobody wants a good singer up there. Everybody wants the bad singer up there.
Okay, that's how I feel about Mr. Beast. That's what I was trying to say.
Is he a bad comedian?
He's a better one 15 years deep.
Oh, yeah.
But I've watched some of his
good.
first stuff. He got okay.
Again, I have no context.
No, yeah, you'll see. But his videos are incredible, like from a creative perspective. So here's just like Mr. Beast does crazy videos, here's my crazy video. I want to take an M80. You know what an M80 is?
Is it a little bomb?
Yeah, the little bomb, little TNT stick, dynamite.
Nice.
Or an M100. Mm-hmm. Yep. Much bigger than a firecracker. It's a boom, not a pop. I want to put one in a watermelon. And I want to have a circle of people stand 15 feet away around the watermelon. So there's maybe 40 people around the watermelon. And we light this thing on the fuse, and it's going to blow up the watermelon. And if you catch a piece of the watermelon bigger than a quarter, you get $500.
Where does your mind go? Like, how do you come up with this one?
This is so good. Everybody would love this content. And the sponsor in Mr. Beast style, this is how he monetizes, by the way. The sponsor of this is actually the organic watermelon Californian primo like distributor.
Yeah, it blows up. And is it seedless? Hey, it is.
And if you get a seed, you get $600.
Oh God. Yeah, I would watch this for sure.
I would watch this.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they would want the advertisement. And so typically they will fund the cash prizes. And you make a commitment to the audience, which is what he did.
Yeah.
That all of the money that they're paying for this is for the prize.
You could stick it like you could be like, all right, we're gonna put an M80 in a bowling ball and in a watermelon.
God.
You guys choose where you want to stand. And it's like people always choose.
Ball?
Yeah, people always choose the watermelon. It's better.
The bomb squad will literally get called on you if you make that offer.
Well, you don't actually put it in the bowling ball. You just give people a choice. And
yeah, but the bomb squad, they call anyways. And we're not going to go down. Anyway,
never gone the bomb squad.
What do you think?
I love it.
Idea Drop could do that video.
I love it.
We could do that video.
I think it'd be good. This is good. Okay, Kendall, I have something I want to show you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Peter, can you pull up the old thing? So we had a conversation last week, and we thought about some dumb business ideas, and so I decided to ship a dumb business idea. And
you're showing me for the first time?
Yeah, this is live. It's going live tomorrow. Like I'm sending it out tomorrow. But would you mind playing the video, please, sir?
So far, I love the logo. Is this your logo?
Yeah. Let's imagine Christmas is around the corner. You don't know what to get the one you love. How could you choose one thing? Don't. Get everything. Each month, something different. Get the gift in a box. Our military scientists from NASA have done actual research on real humans, and what we found is that people are completely unpredictable, and they're hard to shop for. So this year, don't give them a gift card. Give them the gift that says, I don't know. Give them a subscription to a random box. It's the gift that doesn't stop giving and guaranteed to get it right, eventually.
Are you doing this?
Yeah, I'm totally doing it.
Oh my gosh.
Rate my business.
How much is it?
This is the best part. It's a total sliding scale. You can spend as little as 15 or 15 grand. I don't care.
Okay, and how much do you make a commitment of how much of that you spend on the gifts?
No, I make no commitments. It's completely random.
Okay, but if you commit it, think about it.
Mm-hmm.
I would buy this if I know you're going to spend 3/4 of it on random stuff.
Sure.
On my behalf.
Yeah.
You keep 1/4 of it, fair fee.
Mm-hmm.
You spend 3/4 on just getting this stuff to me.
Is that what you think I should do?
I do think that's amazing.
Thank you. I have a whole website. The whole thing's all ready.
This is why you said I wish I could talk to.
Yeah. We were
all
at
week
dinner
long,
last night. And I was like, I want to show you something so bad.
You said it 3 times this week.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
I made that video in an hour.
I believe you. You're a production pro, and that girl who was crying.
Yeah.
That was great. That kid's Christmas sweater. Okay, so you're shipping this for Christmas.
Mm-hmm. Shipping it tomorrow.
Is this one of those things that's going to be behind the scenes?
Yeah, it's going to be behind the scenes.
Okay.
Totally behind the scenes.
We've been talking about this as an idea. Now we're doing it.
I'm throwing all the ad information, every single thing. So basically, yeah, that's the business. And I ship you random crap for the people that you don't know. And I can't decide if I should gift wrap it or not. I think it'll be a sliding scale. If you spend over $45, we'll gift wrap it.
No. You don't have to make that judgment call now.
Uh-huh.
I liked the or not. Like I like the threshold. But if you do that concept of like, is it 2/3 or 3/4 or 90%, whatever it is, you might do 90%. And then you tell them like, I'm also covering shipping. I'm also covering wrapping.
Uh-huh.
I'm only keeping 10% of this, and this is our fee to curate. So that's amazing, dude.
Do you think you'll? Yeah, I have no idea if people will buy it, but I'm so excited.
It needs
to
to be a. You can prepay for the year, and we'll queue things up. Or no, it's a subscription.
So I'm gonna make it both subscription and a one-time. You get options. You want to do one-time or subscription? Because I think there's a lot of value for that. Oh, it's a Christmas play, and it's funny. Give the gift that says I don't know.
So the one time of like random, and it'll happen all. Is it? Do you get one box, or do you get them every month?
You can choose to opt into the subscription, or you can get one box.
I love this.
Yeah.
I love this idea.
Dude, the best part of the idea...
I think you're going to make money on this idea.
I think I will too. The best part of the idea is I don't have to touch inventory at all. I literally...
No,
I don't touch
this is drop
single
shipping
thing.
all over it.
Absolutely.
I mean, you could go to
and
Toys
I'm going to have
R Us
a virtual assistant do the whole thing for me.
Right.
I'm just running ads.
Okay. All right. Don't give away more tactics because I know your brain. You're deep in the tactical.
Yeah.
And That's this. So this is the stuff we've been talking about putting behind the Patreon wall.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're in the community, all of the analytics, are you going to do all of them?
Yeah, I'll do all of them. Yeah. If I make $1 million, you'll know exactly how.
Are you going to do a business a month? Is this your first one?
I'm trying, but
We'll
since
see.
I've been doing that, I've been going faster. I'm doing a whole new one next week too.
No, but you just got to do 12 to queue up the year.
I'm sorry.
Because once they start making money, you're going to get very busy.
Yeah, that's essentially, if you want to go into the Patreon, that's the thing that I've been really mulling over trying to commit to is a new startup every month. And it can be awesome or awful. It doesn't matter.
And then sharing the how. How
Exactly.
and the what.
Mm-hmm. And what worked, what didn't work. Like, how'd you make the logo? Well, this is how I did it. How'd you spend
Here's
money
a
on
link.
ads? This is what I did. And that's terrible. Don't do that. Go this place instead. We'll do all that.
Well, you won't. You will.
Yeah, I'll do all that.
So I've got a different thing I'm going to add to the community. And mine is going to be like, hey, I'm shopping for small businesses to merge into our other ones. And there are a few different ways that we look for those, finance those, fund those. And I'm going to literally show you what I'm looking at buying next and merging into the group of companies that I run. So that's two very different kinds of business content.
Mm-hmm.
That is like our hope is that it's a business builder's playground.
Mm-hmm.
And then with that is the community side of you can talk to us and each other. More importantly, like we're going to filter out people that aren't in a season of life where they're actually going to build something and only filter in, right? Can I make this
No,
commitment?
that's the big thing. It's like there are a lot of
soliciting.
communities with a lot of people that blow a lot of hot air. We're not interested in that.
No.
We're getting stuff done.
Yeah, this is like you're getting stuff done. Here's how to get stuff done. And if you're going to be in the community, you also have to share at least once a month how you're pulling something off. The how needs to be there, not just hype yourself up. And there's no selling. So we're going to have a paid admin who's going to kick people out or like prevent posts where there's any solicitation. We're going to have clear rules. I'm in a couple groups that do this well, and it's amazing. So now we get to have one for people in like that mental state of building.
Yeah, that'll be really fun.
Okay,
That's
let's
great.
stop pitching ourselves. That was amazing, though.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Would you buy that?
I will buy that. If you ship it, I will be the first customer unless somebody can
that's
beat
so
me.
sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
send me
absolutely.
the link to the landing page, and I've got
Deal.
a credit card ready to go.
Oh my gosh.
And I know who I'm going to buy it for.
Yeah,
I might
perfect.
do multiple though.
Oh yeah, that's the best part about it. It's
Yes.
yeah, it's great. I think it'll be really fun.
You're getting one. You are. Yep.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you got any? I've got a
Yes.
couple of ideas.
Let me go to book club.
Oh yeah.
So probably 2 months ago or something, and I don't even know. Maybe we didn't air this episode. Every now and then we shoot an episode that's tired.
Yeah. Or
And-
we just say, hey, that one's good. Let's just keep it for us, and we just listen to it every day. at home.
No, they're tired, and we have a debrief with the producer, and it's like it's not your best stuff, and then we ship another episode instead that week. So sometimes we skip them. So I don't know if I promised this on a skipped one or a live one, but there is a book that I think that all business nerds should read that's really fun because we all know and love or hate Steve Jobs. And there is a behind the scenes different camera angle to his life in this book called Pixar and Beyond by Lawrence, I think Levy. I can't remember the author's name, last name exactly. But I read this about 18 months ago, and it is, it follows the journey of kind of like, we already know there are good books you can read on the Pixar story. Those are great.
They are great.
The creative director of Pixar and how that was all invented. You know, basically Steve Jobs bought all the technology for 3D animation from George Lucas, who wanted to do it for Star Wars, but never actually did it. They funded and built and invented all the technology, and then it just sat there and they didn't really use it. And Steve Jobs was like, that technology's amazing. He was in between jobs at the time. Jobs was in between jobs. He was not yet
Was this when he got fired?
He had gotten fired from his own company. That's
So
a whole
sad.
different fun
And
story.
then he gets
Go read that
rehired
book.
by his own company.
Yep. So he went and does Next. It's called Next. And then he gets rehired by Apple. And in this little interim period, he gets really interested in this technology, wants to start Pixar, starts funding Pixar out of his own pocket. Like, this is not a company with revenue. This is a cash drain. And it is like to the tune of $50 million a year that he's losing.
And this is what year?
Like it's like 1999 or 2001.
So that's a big number.
Right in there. So yeah, it's a lot of money for any person to lose.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, but he believed so much in the vision because it's Steve Jobs. I don't know if anybody else has the balls to do this.
He has, I think he has actually a certifiable problem. He did have a problem. Like he believed too much in the vision. I mean, but if you believe hard enough and long enough, it's going to work.
By the book definition of the book? Maybe not.
He's not a sociopath. He's the other side. He's overly romanticized. Like,
oh really?
Yeah, he's fully bought into his opinion. A sociopath is like really apathetic about everything.
Oh, okay.
No.
I thought it was an empathy problem. Anyways.
No, sociopath. Yeah. Sociopaths are more apathetic, and then he's bought in. He's too bought in, is what I'm saying.
Oh my gosh, he's all in on the vision. So he's hemorrhaging money. They don't know how to. They're trying to sell it like Adobe sells licenses. Like, hey, Hollywood studio, you make movies every year. You can use our next level 3D animation for $20,000 a year.
Yeah.
Like you can use our platform. And it's just next level. And you're going to just crush it in Hollywood if you do this. They signed up very few of those studios because you're trying to ask a studio to change all of its behaviors. And this was, I think, before Steve Jobs understood like banking and finance. He just understood creation. And he got paid for it really well. But banking and finance kind of sets this tone. And Hollywood is actually primarily a funding machine. Mm-hmm. Like there's all these craftsmen who work together, but really the power is in the funding machine. And so the funding machine doesn't like to take risks. New tech is risky. That's why it's a Silicon Valley thing,
huge risk,
not a Hollywood thing. So
and 9 out of 10 fail.
To save the company, he hires Lawrence Levy he had met them when he was selling a previous company. I think he was selling Next to Apple.
To save the company, he hires the lawyer.
This lawyer was from this law firm that helped them broker Next to Apple.
So he hires a lawyer for a non-lawyer task, correct?
Sorry. Let me back up.
Yeah.
Lawrence was a part of the senior leadership team of the law firm that Steve Jobs hired to broker Next to Apple.
Got it.
Okay. That's how they met. Then he goes back to Lawrence when he's deep in the mess of Pixar's not making money, but it's amazing. Technology's amazing. And they have 1/4 of Toy Story made. And he's like, you got to see this thing. Yeah. It's next level. Brings in this lawyer friend of his and is like, I want you to work here, but let me prove it to you. And it's in the Bay Area. Yeah. He walks in, sit on this old couch, watch Toy Story's like kind of.
Yeah, it was like a teaser, right?
Teaser.
Yeah.
And the dude starts weeping. I mean, everybody's weeping.
Yeah.
It's like we've never seen anything like this. And the storytelling is so compelling.
You gave life to toys. That's never been done.
Yep. And so this is new technology, next level storytelling. It was a complete risk. This lawyer leaves his stable, high-paying job. Steve Jobs is bleeding out cash. They join forces, and this lawyer goes like, okay, we have one shot. And he goes to broker a deal with Disney, who's currently holds all the records for animation, Disney animation.
Yeah.
So the Lion King is on the throne, pun intended. And they go make a future licensing royalties deal for like, you're going to pre-fund Toy Story for us. And then we're going to profit split from the royalties. And Disney's going to ship Pixar Animation Studio. They're going to make a studio overnight.
Yeah, that's great. They have all
they did it.
Yeah.
And they wrestled with Disney. This is the story of that wrestling match with big
So the negotiations, the behind the scenes.
All the drama and the failures, the risks, the power plays, Steve Jobs getting pissed, fighting with Bob Iger or his predecessor. It's amazing. Highly recommend this book club item.
How long is it?
I don't know, a book size.
A book size. The book size book.
It's a normal book size. Anyways.
I like that. Dude, you're really fascinated with this whole, everything Disney and acquisitions. You're pretty well read on it. Yeah,
I mean, I like de-risking business. And so anytime I like learn, there's a way to make there's a big opportunity and you can de-risk it, which is like mergers and acquisitions, buying a business instead of starting it from scratch. It all takes work. So where's the maximization? Like if you can buy a business on its own, like you can get a loan to buy a business and the loan will get repaid by the profits of the
It
business.
mitigates
you
a
bought.
lot of risk. Like the Charlie Munger, his whole thing is buy a great business for a good price. Don't buy a good business for a great price. So it's just mitigate the risk.
Yes.
Like just buy the reasonable thing. They will always, if you have
and
a
then
good
let
moat,
it ride with time.
Absolutely. I would like to share with you a couple more ideas.
Hit the button.
Rent a login. Software is expensive, and we all know that. So if you can just rent the login for a week or a day, you can use it. And then as soon as that time is up, we change the password and it's open for somebody else to rent. It's like Blockbuster.
This is a really good business idea.
I know, dude. I really want to do this.
This is a really against all the EULAs.
I know. It's it's going to be
you break everyone's rules. You would have to start this business overseas.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So they don't, when they come for you, you've got to
Does it break their rules?
Oh, yeah. It breaks all of the user licenses, but that's not illegal.
Why are all my businesses illegal?
It's not illegal.
Not this time.
It just breaks the contract with your service provider, right? It breaks your contract with the person giving you service and you're giving them money.
Yeah.
So they can only like come after you
there are
for the
some
money
modes
that you took.
People say you can only use this license on one computer a year. You know,
Right.
I've seen some businesses have that, but a lot of them don't. Like, okay, let's think. How much does AutoCAD cost?
I actually just priced this out. It was going to be $2,500 for my license a year.
Great. So what if you could just borrow it for the week that you need it?
And I would pay
$200.
It's got to be cheaper.
$100.
What's 25 divided by?
I would just double the day rate. You know, that's what I would do. 2,500 divided by 365 times 2.
Man, yeah, I would do that.
Something like that.
Because I just have a temporary project.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this would definitely break their EULA, but I don't think that matters for the right small entrepreneur.
Oh no, not at all.
And
Absolutely.
this is very buildable, like API integrations. Now, what they will do is they will, when they get savvy to you're doing this with them, because they had to give you the API integration for you to do this credential changing. They'll just turn off your access to the API.
Yeah, but
you might need a front. It's like the mob, like oh, it's a dry cleaning business.
Yeah, you need a front. I think you wouldn't even need to do an API. I think you just outsource all the labor. Literally, just like I have a team of 10 people in the Philippines, and
you manually give them the passwords.
If you have to, like at midnight.
I love the manual version of this.
Yeah.
So you could start this one.
You could totally do it.
You could start this one
on our behind the wall. Yeah, I haven't done illegal businesses that often. We could try it.
No, you can do it for certain softwares that are very expensive, and it wouldn't technically break their. You just have to figure out which ones those are.
Yeah.
So,
dude, you know where this? I didn't want to say this, but I'm gonna say it.
Say it.
This would work on OnlyFans.
Oh God.
It's a terrible thought.
I'm not gonna comment
it's like,
on that.
That's a cash cow right there.
Oh my God.
If you have low morals, my friend, I've got a job for you.
You have a lot of ideas for low morals people while still being a high character person.
That's the best.
So interesting.
Oh my God. All right. Next idea. I want somebody to bring back the pet rock. It's a dumb business, and I think somebody will still buy it. If you make it look cool and make it super 70s, oh my gosh, they're going to buy it. My mom had one, and she still reminisces to this day. She misses it.
Did it have a name?
Nah, I have no idea.
Okay. This brings me to something I wrote on my list I wanted to cover today.
Okay.
What the hell is the difference between a business idea and a marketing idea? Because that sounds like a marketing idea.
No, I could sell rocks all day. Shipping's kind of tricky.
Yeah, it's just basically a campaign.
It creates a buzz. This is a great point. Yeah, keep going.
I would dare to say a business has infrastructure that's self-sustaining, and that is a flash in the pan that will generate.
You are so bold, my friend.
That is a flash in the pan that will make cash. So then you send that cash to a business that's self-sustaining that actually can play the compounding game.
Absolutely.
So I would say, as an investor, hell no, I'm not investing in the.
But what if it was a business that was like, hey, we do previous trends. We bring back the 70s.
Yes. So if that's the business vision, and you have a team that brings back the 70s,
Pet rock
and you can list that as one of your ideas, one of your SKUs, one of your items.
It's just one of the things we do. What do you really do? Well, we mostly sell 70s clothing for
I would build that
bands.
business. I would want to build that business. Yeah. And I think you are building that business. So I'll see you in 2 years.
Oh, I'm not building that business per se, but
But you could.
totally.
Well, I was talking with my kids about fundraising because their school keeps trying to make them into salespeople.
Yes, I
they
talked to
sold you
kids about this.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I
Yeah, you're the sucker.
sorry.
Yeah, the sucker born every second.
I offered you remember this? He was going to sell me cookies for $20, and I was like, what if I just give you $10 and like literally just do it direct.
And no cookies.
And I was like, no, you go make me cookies and I'll give you 20.
Yeah, cut out the distributor.
And he didn't do it. He wouldn't.
He didn't see the vision, the beauty of that elegant exchange.
Way better. He would make so much
Keep
more
it
money.
simple.
But he's a 10-year-old entrepreneur. So
Yeah, he's a tendy. So I think what you're building, if you really do like a business every month, I think it becomes a studio that ships businesses, right?
Yeah.
Some of them can be quirky. Some of them can be really serious and scalable.
Sure.
Some of them can be from no-code apps. Some of them can, right? You could start buying businesses too. What matters is the infrastructure you build around that. So you need an operations person. You'll need administrative people. You'll need legal contracts. You'll need to know when these are sketchy businesses, how are you putting those in isolation so they can't harm you?
If only
That's
there
whole
was a community that had an easy button that would say, hey guys, is this illegal? And they would say, why, sure it is. It's totally
True.
illegal.
You could have asked me that in the community.
Yeah,
I
no,
said,
absolutely.
It's not illegal. It is against these rules. You could be sued. It's not illegal, but you could be sued. Choose your liability. And here is liability insurance. I don't sell, but I can recommend you some.
Yeah, no, I've looked into that too many times.
This is a fun episode. I like this.
Oh boy.
What else do we want to get through? So there is. Do you have another idea before I change the segment?
Got tons of ideas, but you can change it if you want.
Okay. So I want to talk about this inspirational man, Shrey. So we bought half of his business in India, and he specifically does marketing for VC-backed SaaS companies. So that's like his little niche. And he was
venture capital software
So
as
many
a
acronyms.
service
I-
community. Right? So they do software. He helps software companies grow.
the marketing side. So he does digital marketing, digital growth for venture capital backed software as a service.
For the
companies.
average listener, venture capital is what again?
It's big money that funds.
So people put money
small-
into a small business, and then those people
It's
just
the
kind of are
Silicon
more
Valley money.
passive.
Very
in the
different
growth.
than banker money, right?
Oh.
Very different. VC and banking, very different worlds. I don't want to get into all that. I can nerd out about that. Let's do that on a different day.
Okay.
But Shrey, I'm on Zoom with him and this investor that he's partnering with, and since we own half the company, I got to be involved. And so we are meeting each other, and it's beautiful. It's 6 a.m. my time. It's 6:30 p.m. their time. Why is it 12 and a half hours? I don't know, but that's the truth.
It's true. It's weird. 12 and a half.
It's weird.
Yeah. Every time
It's
I call.
weird.
It's kind of
So we're on Zoom talking about some deal terms and kind of vision, and Shrey drops this bomb when I throw out an idea of something that we could add next year to the business plan, and he's like, I've been telling my team, and I'll say it here, we're going to do nothing without a cadence. There's no point in a business to do something that doesn't have a cadence already intended. So he's like, yes, let's do that if we can commit to it every week. And it's because it's a human behavior. It's a leadership thing. So it's like, yeah, there's value in doing flash in the pan stuff, but human behavior
Dude,
is
that makes so much sense for a marketing company.
Yeah.
Because you're doing the same thing every day. You're just getting slightly better and better and
Yeah.
better and better and better and better.
And all of your employees, they should be getting better and better at their thing, or they should be earning raises. And so if you don't give them a cadence to work on, they won't earn raises because they aren't going to suddenly be amazing next February. So if you don't give them predictable growth and predictable things to improve, it was really awesome. I wrote it down. I already value that in our businesses, but it was good language for that. Nothing without a cadence.
Dude, that's hard for me. That's a big thing I've had to do with my own personal, let's say on my own business.
Yep.
I'll do quick cash grab things all the time. And majority of the time, it actually burns me out more than anything else.
Yep.
Sometimes it's necessary. Like I've had those, wow, I made $10,000 in 5 days, and I killed myself for those 5 days. And that's allowed.
Sometimes it's worth it.
Yeah,
But most times
it's not.
Yeah, because if you're really worth that much in a 5-day period of killing yourself, it stands to reason you're worth that much to someone else in a 15-day period, and you're working 1/3 of the amount, and you get
it consistently
happy habits and a good morning routine and a good nighttime routine and friendships, and so it helps businesses be humane.
Mm-hmm.
It really helps culture. Like to watch your leader hold a bar for like, guys, that's a great idea, but we don't do anything without a cadence. So unless we can fund that every week, I don't want to do it this week.
That's impressive.
Yep.
I like that.
Yeah, I was impressed.
I like that a lot, actually. Wow. That kind of feeds into, Kendall, how often do you have to fire a customer? Have you done it before?
Twice a year.
Twice a year. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm imagining this probably plays into that, right? That you have systems and they can't operate within those systems. And so it just hurts your company more than it helps your company, right?
Right. Yeah. We're not charging them enough for them to break our systems.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and in fact, January 1, we send out the letter tomorrow. I don't know if you're just reading my mind or something.
No.
But I literally wrote a letter yesterday. Actually, Dan did.
Oh, nice.
But I wrote the second draft, and then Annette writes the third draft, and HR approved it, and it ships out to, I think, 6 of our clients in the software engineering business that are below a certain threshold, and they're, things break, and then they call us, and like, we need to fix it right now, but they're not paying us regularly.
Oh, yeah.
And we don't have like a maintenance contract with them. We just have billable hours.
Rather than be a happy customer than a barely surviving customer.
Right. And it was fine when we were being paid consistently to build something for them.
Totally.
And then where I feel like in the past we let them down is we didn't recommend like a good maintenance path. Yeah. Right. We just assumed they'll just keep funding more growth, but they didn't have the funding for it. So that's not their fault. It's also not our fault. It's just not a good match.
No, that's so
valid. I wouldn't call it firing, but like separating from a client because like, look, we were a good match for each other last February. Now we're not. And I have some helpful recommendations of somebody who can maintain this for you and be on call, but we don't run an ER. That's a different business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's great. That's great. My friend, would you like to do one more business idea and we call it, or what do you want to do?
So best of the day was the segment I was supposed to do at the end of the episode.
Oh, yeah.
Best of the day.
Yeah.
And this is definitely the best of the day. Yeah. So you won.
Yay, I won.
I'm glad we did this.
Great.
And the categories we wanted to do here were fastest way to the market.
Okay.
How to build a moat around the best of the day business.
Great.
The marketing plan for the business.
Let's hear it.
And how to stabilize it after it's initially working.
Yeah, that's great. The stabilizing is going to be the interesting one.
So what do you want to tackle? Tell me more.
Go through the website a little bit. Scroll down. I got this I can tell you how I got this year. Give the gift that says, I don't know, but this time do it right. What's in the box? Well, that's the best thing. You'll never know, and it's better that you don't. It could be anything from a new socks to a Komodo dragon. What comes next month? It's completely different, and you'll never know until it arrives. It's like Christmas all over again. How do you do it? We partner with hundreds of distributors and bespoke subscription boxes to bring you infinite variety. Here it is. Scroll down.
Is this your personality in a business?
Yeah, basically that. Okay. I just put $35 there. There it is, the product. Our tagline is, we're confident you'll be happy. And if you're not, there's always next month.
And we have a 100% next month guarantee.
Yeah, absolutely. Here, click on the product.
This is hilarious. And then you put all the Visa, the Apple Pay, love that. This looks very reasonable.
Look at, you can go into the shippings and returns and all that stuff. It's just a bunch of copy. But it makes me smile.
Let's go through my list here. Okay, so starting with the fastest way to market. Well, you're already doing that.
Yeah.
This was the fastest way to market. So Dustin has, without my knowledge this week, gone to Shopify, created a store. He's written the copy. There's a live URL. How much money have you spent?
So far, $1.
You spent $1. That's probably like a free trial.
It's the $1 Shopify trial.
And then he have you hooked up a Stripe account yet, or how do you get paid?
Shopify integrates everything. I think they
Yeah.
take 2%.
Sure.
Which is fine. I don't
Sure.
care.
So you can just get paid. You'll plug in your bank account. Now, you don't have to start an entity for this.
Yeah, Shopify is funny with this, which is nice. I like that. And I won't unless I make good money.
Right. Yeah. You'll need to pay taxes, but you don't have to run this to a company. So when you go market this, the fastest way to market this is to put it on a podcast.
Yes.
Nailed it. And then have that go into 3 or 4 TikTok clips. So those get a chance to get to 10,000 or 100,000 people, and provide a link to this. You need to do this. Dustin has to have a link tree. I have a link tree.
Yeah.
Nobody can find your link tree.
know,
Now
so
you
bad.
have something.
Now I got something.
So this is like Dustin's buildings. Dustin's buildings. This is one of your buildings.
Yay.
And I think we can run ads on some of that copy, with some of that copy.
Yeah, so I'm gonna run ads on the video.
Okay.
See if that gets anything, and then I'm gonna probably spin off and do a bunch of ads on a bunch of different things.
Okay, so run a bunch of ads. It will take you a lot of labor to do that.
I know.
So, but the fastest way to do it is to do it all yourself and do it all the same day, and to have a budget ready to go.
Yeah.
So if you had $2,000 on a credit card or something, then that could be your speed item. But then you want to make this taggable. So mystery box on Instagram could be a private account, right? Because that goes with it's on theme.
Yeah.
And that private account is listed here, and you're like, when you get your box, then you're allowed to you'll get followed back. Like you're allowed to see the mystery box algorithm. But the rule is you have to take a picture of what came in your mystery box and then tag us, and then you're allowed to follow the account, and you'll be able to see everybody else's stuff.
That's interesting. That's
I want to see what everybody else got, because what if I get a dinosaur and I'm like, that was funny. Now I have to wait next month to like see if the joke is still good.
That's a great idea. That's going to be a lot more work than I had originally anticipated.
Well, is it worth hundreds of thousands of dollars to you?
Yes.
I think you could make
thousands.
hundreds of thousands of dollars with this.
Yeah.
I
That's
do.
a good idea. All right, cool.
I don't know if you can make 10 million.
No,
I don't think so.
No, this in my mind, this is a cash flow business.
Yeah.
This gives you freedom with your life.
I think
business.
this can make you $400K a year if you play your cards right.
Ooh, let's play some cards. I like that.
So how to build a moat. Let's build a moat around this business.
This is hard to build a moat.
Anybody is as hard. Anybody can copy this. So
Anybody.
you need a dedicated following. That's how you do this.
Yeah.
You need a cult of the mystery box. So you call them boxers. And you have to like start roping them in to like they're helping you curate other people's boxes. So if you become a boxer, and it's a private community, free though, right? But it's a private community, and you're one of the subscription members, and you get to start curating other people's.
I think I'd make it a Reddit, like a thread.
There you go. You can have a private Reddit.
Yeah.
And they're helping you. Like, hey, I need to fulfill 5,000 boxes next quarter. I know what I'm doing for the next 3 months, but here are my options. You are going to be able to get their help.
Yeah.
And that's why they wouldn't go elsewhere. Like if somebody just copies it's fine.
Oh, well.
You know?
Yeah, dude. Okay, what was the last thing? How to stabilize.
How to stabilize the business, you need employees.
Dude, yeah. No, that's not too hard. I don't think that's going to be that difficult. The biggest hurdle that I have right now, from my perspective, is I have to get a lot of ad traffic, and I get a lot of traffic fast, because it has to be big enough that it has its own name recognition and nobody's going to copy it.
Right.
They can't copy it because it's already too big.
Why don't you do this then? Why don't you line up investors ahead of time? But they don't have to invest. You line them up.
Yeah.
So it's an if then.
Yeah. Hey, if I get to this
I'm doing
point,
this thing,
will you
and I'm going to run experiments. If this is parabolic, I'm going to need to recycle ad cash to then double down on the parabola. So if this is up and to the right, and here's how I'm testing it, and here's exactly what it is. I'm putting in my own money to get it to here.
Yep.
But right there, see my little line? I need investments at these points. So if I get to
Let's say I put in $2,000.
And you can do this based on your, let's say the $2,000. So I'm going to put in this $2,000. Now, I'm not putting in more. But if you're in for $5,000, if this is working, I'm going to need it on the day that I say I need it. And the data will show me if it's better than, so my margins are, let's say your margins are, let's not think in percentages. Let's say you make $14 on an average order of profit.
Great.
And if I can sell out through my ads and it only cost me $11 per ad, which will come down over time typically because I'll learn, right? I'll get smarter. If I can get $11 per order, but I have $14 profit, this is good. Then I take your $5,000 for a ride. And if I can get down to $10 per unit per order, then I want 25K. Exactly.
Yeah. So the beauty of this business, though, even better, is I get paid up front, which means all that money can go straight back into it.
Yep. But you also want to pour, like it's working. You're going to raise Christmas, but you're giving a de-risking model to an investor. And so you can just do straight up profit share in an agreement. You don't have to do equity. Because there's no big grandiose team and vision. This is just like a cash.
It's a bit of a cash grab.
Yep. So this is a cash flowing business. You're selling profit share.
Yeah.
And this can scale perfectly. After the 25K, you don't need to worry about it because if you're doing that well, there are so many people lined up to lend to you. You don't need to give profit share away at that point.
Go to a bank. Get a loan.
And there's online banks for that too that automatically API integrate into a Shopify. I'm not kidding.
A bad loan.
You just API integrate and they watch all your numbers.
That's great.
Yep. And they're like, here's a loan. You can grab it now.
Yeah. And they just look at it and they say, all right, this percentage because
they
of this
lend
numbers.
off cash flow. Yeah.
That's
I've used them.
so cool.
Yep.
I love that. I did not know that.
Yeah. We will put those little nuggets in the private community. Back to plugging ourselves.
Oh, I love that.
If you like today's episode, please consider applying to our private community. Here's how you do that. You have to DM us on Instagram because you cannot DM us anywhere else. And I don't want to use email for this business.
No way.
If you DM us on Instagram, we will send you back the application form. And basically, you have to be building something that actually makes sense, that you have something to offer the group. Everybody needs to be able to offer knowledge. You don't have to be an expert. You just need to be able to do stuff and then be willing to show how.
Let me preface this. You can be extremely early. You can say, hey, I am starting this.
Yes.
I have not
just willing to share.
Or I would say even you can go there and say, hey, I don't know what to start, and we will give you our list. I think I have over 400 business ideas. Like it's a pick one. And if you start one within the first month, you're fine. I don't care.
We will send you all the stuff that you get with the application. So you'll see what you get, and you have to DM us to get that.
Yes.
Other than that,
definitely.
If you don't like us that much, I need you to like us enough to give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. I don't think Spotify and Google do like ratings the same way, but Apple Podcasts is a fun game to play. And then YouTube, screw it. We're growing slowly on YouTube. It'll grow. I don't have any vision for that yet.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about that. And that's it. That's the episode. Thanks, guys.